The Obama administration made adjustments to the law, and taxpayers are going to top up the amount of money that the insurance companies have. They're not bringing enough in, so we, the taxpayer, will give it to them. Incredible. Let's head to Capitol Hill. Congressman Steve Scalise joins us now. Steve, welcome to the program, by the way. I want to know, are you in Congress, are you going to give the Obama administration the money that they can then give to the insurance companies, that they can bail them out because Obamacare is a failure? You going to pony up that money of mine?
Absolutely not, Stuart. And in fact, it's good to be back with you. If you look at this, President Obama, for the last few years, you hear him railing against every industry in the country that happens to make a profit. But he rails against insurance companies. And then tucked away in one of those little recluses of Obamacare is a provision that allows President Obama to bail out insurance companies. And he's, in fact, trying to do that. And, Stuart, first of all, not only am I not going to vote to give him that money, we don't have the money. Our country is about $600 billion in a deficit this year, $17 trillion in debt. So what's the president going to do? Go borrow money from China, send the bill to our kids to go bail out insurance companies? This is one of those big failures of Obamacare where the White House is really right now threatening and trying to bully insurance companies to lowball prices because prices are skyrocketing under Obamacare.
I've got another one for you about the billionaire environmentalist Tom Steyer. He plans a full-fledged political campaign, a machine, in fact, operating in at least 7 states. He's going to take his climate change message to the ground floor, boots on the ground. That's his key to Democrats in the election. That's what he thinks. You're from Louisiana. Well, are you worried about this if he comes on your doorstep?
Bring it. Let him come down. We'll make sure that he's well taken care of. You know, they love, again, liberals love bashing billionaires unless it's their billionaires. And then, you know, when it comes to their billionaires and George Soros or this guy, you know, they don't mind him spending unlimited amounts of money to go pass and promote this global warming agenda and try to kill manufacturing jobs in this country. They're trying to kill the coal industry in this country. They're trying to kill all energy that's not produced by wind and solar power. And so, you know, the problem is it's increasing energy costs for families. Hardworking taxpayers are suffering under these radical regulations, and then they've got their liberal billionaires out there trying to go promote that message and trying to get involved in political campaigns. And hey, look, that's free speech, but they ought to be honest about it, and they ought to stop attacking Americans on the other side that are trying to promote things that will actually create jobs in America and promote free markets.
Well, you know, Congressman, we've got all this scandal at home with the VA, the IRS, et cetera, and we've got turmoil overseas. But today, the president's going to Cooperstown, New York, to promote tourism. Then he goes to Chicago for 2 fundraisers going to be held tonight. What's your take on what the president is doing at this moment in time?
Well, I think it says a lot about the president's misplaced priorities, Stuart. The fact that he's spending more time right now trying to reduce lines at airports than he is trying to reduce the waiting lines at our VA hospitals, where you literally have a scandal brewing where it's been exposed that veterans have died waiting for health care. And the president's known about this for years and is kind of feigning like he's shocked and he read it in a newspaper. Why didn't he know about this years ago and do something about it? Instead, he's traveling around the country like the campaigner-in-chief, and he's not taking action to stand up for our veterans, of all people, to make sure that they're getting adequate health care. Again, this is what government-run health care looks like. This is the worst example of what this administration has failed to do in taking care of basic priorities, Stuart. But don't worry, he's busy out campaigning and focusing on things that the American people aren't interested in right now.
You sound very confident. You're a Republican congressman. You sound very confident indeed about the election coming up in November. We had a forecast earlier on the show from the Wall Street Journal quoting a Republican. You're going to get a sweep. You'll win the Senate and increase your majority by historic proportions in the House. Are you that bullish on Republicans' chances in November?
Well, Stuart, I think the American people ultimately decide this because these elections are reflections on where people think the country's headed, and people are angry about the direction of the country, the fact that the president's got such a failed agenda, the economy's not moving, the president's worried about continuing to run manufacturing jobs, talking about global and literally shutting down millions of jobs by trying to push minimum wages increases instead of getting people, hardworking taxpayers, the ability to get jobs in good jobs that aren't just minimum wage, but actually higher priced jobs. So I think you're going to see a revolt by people, not only against Obamacare, but against so many other broken promises and failed initiatives of this president.
Representative Steve Scalise, Republican, Louisiana. Thanks for joining us, sir. We'll see you again soon.
Thanks. Always good to be with you, Stuart.
Yes, sir.